Hey guys, Dr. Schulte here with Schulte Chiropractic Wellness Center, and we're here with Kate, and Kate just had a beautiful newborn baby, and her name is?
Margaret.
So her name's Margaret. Margaret's 6 years old, and I wanted to do a video here today to show you guys the benefits of why a baby would get adjusted. Why would a 6-day-old baby get adjusted? And a lot of different benefits. What we're looking at in our office is we want to make sure your brain is able to communicate with the rest of the body. So as a baby, there are more connections going on in that brain in those first 2 years than we make in the entire rest of our life. So really, really critical that we get that brain communicating and opening up with the rest of that body. And I know you've experienced a birth, but any of you that have seen a birth or experienced a birth, you know that that baby's neck, they're oftentimes pulling on that neck to help that baby get out. Oftentimes with a C-section, it's even worse. You think sometimes that would be easier on the baby, but it's actually more traumatic. And so what happens is the most important area in your entire spinal cord is right up here. It's called your atlas, and it actually surrounds the brainstem itself. And so any interference in that brain's ability to send that message right up here can affect all sorts of different things. And so I want to show you guys a chart here quick. I'm going to sneak by here, Kate. And so if you want to kind of look at this chart here, this is a chart of your nervous system. So your brain and spinal cord. And the area that we focus on the most on babies is right up top here. That's the area that surrounds the brainstem. And if you look over here, these are some of the symptoms that babies will have. And so a lot of babies have trouble with sleep, so it can help with insomnia. Ear infections, one of the biggest reasons why people visit a pediatrician. We've helped a lot of people with that. Digestive issues, colic, allergies, sinus. So all of that stuff can be affected. And so what we're going to do here with Margaret is I'm going to use very, very light pressure just with my fingertips to adjust her. We're going to focus all of our attention up here. I like to tell people I'm using about the amount of pressure to test the ripeness of a tomato. So not that much pressure at all. And it'll look probably like I'm not doing that much, but I'll show you very specifically. I'm going to find which area is interfered with, and we're just going to put some pressure there in a very specific way, and we'll release that pressure. So it's not going to hurt her. Very, very beneficial for her. And so I'm going to have you swing around here. And then if you just want to set her down here, Kate. So she's just going to lay face down. She's a cute little baby. And so I'm just going to get my fingers positioned right here. And so what we're finding here today is on this right side. So if you want to feel the little bone right underneath your ear, that area is shifted to the right just a little bit. And so I'm putting some sustained pressure there. It's a very specific direction. It's not painful. My fingers might just be a little bit cold. Good. Good. And we're checking just a little bit lower here around C2. Good. Good. Okay. Gonna do one last check here. Gonna stretch her little legs out. Checking to make sure those are balanced and even, and she's all set. So that's an adjustment. So that little adjustment, you can pick her up. You can see how happy she is. Sometimes they cry a little bit just because it does change quite a bit. It takes a lot of pressure out of that area. Youngest I've adjusted is 1 day old. The first baby I adjusted, I guess I can tell you this too, I haven't told you this. So first baby I ever adjusted was a few days old. Severe colic, crying and crying and crying, wouldn't sleep. The dad was a super nice guy, but he wasn't able to spend time with the baby because it was just too much. And came in, the baby was crying. I adjusted the baby, and the baby literally fell asleep just like that. And scared the crap out of me, I gotta be honest. But I knew it was powerful what we were doing. We adjusted the baby. The mom took the baby home, came back the next day, and said the baby slept for 14 hours straight. So not only does it really help the baby's life, but those of you who are new parents, if that baby can't sleep, that means you can't sleep, and that affects everybody involved. So that's an adjustment there. So hopefully that gives you guys an insight into the benefits of that. With pregnancy too, we help a lot of pregnant mothers through pregnancy. We helped Kate through her pregnancy. Just a few statistics on the benefits of that. There's a couple different studies out there. One of them shows a 24% decrease in labor time for new mothers, so the very first time you have a baby, and for the second and third time you have a baby, when you're under chiropractic care during that pregnancy, you have a 39% decrease in labor time. So huge benefits there. And then Kate, I know if you want to share your experience, just the last few months of getting care and how your birth went.
Yeah, a lot of people told me this is our third, and a lot of people told me that it could be just as long as our first, or it could be as short as our second, and third one is always a toss-up. And so I wasn't too excited about that, but we went in, and we went in for an induction, and it was a really quick labor, and I felt very good the next day, and recovery-wise, 6 days later, I feel really good, so.
That's awesome. So, yeah, I think you said you pushed 3 times or something.
Yeah, pushed 3 times.
Pushed 3 times, not baby. So that's what happened. So hope that gives you guys some insight there. If you have any questions, you can feel free to call our office. Even if you don't live in Nebraska here, feel free to give our office a call, and I'd be happy to refer you. There are a lot of other chiropractors doing the same thing. Really beneficial. Happy to help you any way I can. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon.